The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 80. The NASDAQ is down 2. S&Ps are up 5. We have the gold contract down $12.80, trading at $11.78. We have silver down 13 cents, $16.60 an ounce. Copper is up 3.5 pennies at $2.62 a pound. Light sweet crude is going to be the number. It already has been the number up here. It's up $3 right now, 48.41. You're going to be getting an announcement. Well, we've been getting a million announcements all morning long. Bottom line, we'll see what type of official announcement we get in the next few minutes, I believe. Bonds, you get the 10-year off 26, the 30-year off full 2 points plus 5 ticks, and good old King Dollar. King Dollar's up 636 ticks at 101.580. The Euro's at 105 and the Yen's at 113, and we're going to have volatility out here all day long.
That's for sure. It looks like it, right?
No doubt, man. Yeah, the oil takeoff last night. A couple different numbers got the dollar going. Bottom line, dollar hasn't taken out the highs of yesterday yet. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks from TD Ameritrade Think or Swim. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here at TFNN, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Kevin Hinks, Scott Connor, outstanding show. If you trade options, folks, bottom line, you want to be out there. You trade futures, you want to be out there. You trade equities, you want to be out there. They specialize in options just about every day. Thursday is Futures Day. Great program. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. Buckle up, guys.
Buckle up, baby. We got it going.
Oh, my. I mean, it is amazing to me. You know, I am scouring the news, trying to find anyone really on the record saying anything official.
That's right.
There's a lot of leaks coming out.
And zero official as of when we were just jumping on. Let me see. Let's see. Still, nothing's official yet. This headline been up here all night long.
Right.
OPEC said to agree on oil output cuts as Saudi soften on Iran.
Right. But now they're saying two things. Iran is not cutting at all, it sounds like. That's some of the things I've read.
Sure.
Even in any deal, Iran's not cutting. And then my question to anyone who would get in front of me is how do they enforce this?
Totally.
Right?
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a big problem going forward.
There's no doubt, man.
Right. It's going to be. But here's what we know. As traders, all you can do is trade what's happening right now.
Right.
All that long-term stuff, that's for politicians and bureaucrats and all that.
Seriously.
How do we trade this number as it comes out?
That's a fact.
Right. And you got to be ready for elation or disappointment. And you got to have a game plan for both going into this announcement.
And, folks, as I said, Kevin and Scott, they got a great program. And if you are trading, now I haven't traded oil this morning yet, Kevin. The reason I didn't trade it, I wanted to trade it basically in the option market. And what's happening is the premiums are way too high. And I actually was going to trade it on both sides as a spread. And it still wasn't worth it because I needed movement of $1.34, which you can get.
That would, it's only a third of what it's done, right?
No, I know, but I just didn't. I didn't like it.
Right, sure.
I didn't like it. You know what I mean?
But you know, Tom, they're going to take some implied volatility out of these options the minute this announcement's made.
Yes.
Therefore, what you're playing is the move.
That's
right? Is it going to cover that move?
Exactly. And I'm saying, I kept looking. I says, oh man, am I going to get a move of, it was 80 and 60. It was about $1.29, $1.30. And I says, what?
To break even, that's a little tough.
To break even, it was tough. Exactly. So I says, you know what? I'm just going to leave it alone. Well, I said I was going to leave it alone until Tommy and I started this program.
Yeah.
Well, no, you know what I mean? Because this was early in the morning.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So 10:30 inventory.
Yeah,
numbers,
exactly.
Right.
So what I'm hoping is that you can get an announcement, folks, before 10:30. Then we get the oil numbers coming out at 10:30. So it's like,
right.
Okay.
Remember, you got a 10:30 Eastern inventory number coming out.
Yes.
That that'll affect the market, not as much as the OPEC decision, obviously.
Right.
But, Tom, you've been through this enough. I've been through this enough. Is this a sell the news scenario?
To me, it is. Okay.
I think it may be. What happens to me is any deal that they're going to announce, even if they do announce a cut, which that doesn't seem like a high percentage to me, but it appears like they're going to try and do something. Is that announcement going to disappoint the market?
Right.
That's my question. And how much, what change does it do to the oil market? It's going to be fascinating. It's must-see trading.
I've been seeing a lot of charts, too, about OPEC. OPEC isn't the producing giant they used to be combined, in terms of Canadian production, even U.S. production.
Right.
So it's their flow of oil doesn't affect the market like it used to 5 years.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Tom and Tommy. Russia's not even at this meeting, correct?
I'm not sure. I don't know, but I know when I look at the common sense of it, like I was saying to Andy Heck yesterday, we were talking about it. I says, you know what? I don't remember OPEC getting together and agreeing on anything in the last 20 years. This is still left over from like 1974. And plenty of people weren't even around in 74. You weren't even born.
I was not.
You know what I mean? It's like, this how long is this going to go on, right? It's like, okay.
OPEC is really good at rhetoric.
Yeah.
And talking. They get very little done. Because guess what? At the end of the day, a bunch of countries, with supply and demand are affecting this market. And how do you control all that?
That's right. They want that money, baby. You have a big bathtub of oil. Do you want to push it out? Yeah.
You want to push it out? And you want to push it out at high prices?
You do.
Totally.
Don't forget, folks, 12 o'clock right here. Kevin and Scott. Kevin, thanks so much, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Coming right back, folks. Stay right there.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionics, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Hold on for some volatility out here. So Dow's up 65, Nasdaq is down 9, S&Ps are up 3, and bottom line, the Dow was up 95. We were just talking to Kevin, it's up 63.
And oil's up like another 30 cents since it was up about 310.
Okay.
As we were chatting.
And folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, great time to do it. Come over to our website at TFNN. You can hit the banner on the top of the side, bring up the exchange. They'll put $25,000 of paper money into your account, and you can follow along as we trade these defined option contracts. Now, okay, so show me what you got up here.
So we pulled up during the break. So this is what you were probably looking at.
It was.
Said. So
yes.
Oil's trading at about 48.50, let's just call it. We're
right.
4 pennies away because it works out nicely that some of the dailies, now these dailies, when I say dailies, they have the actual dailies, which are bigger.
Yes.
Those don't line up perfectly well, only because oil's moved so much overnight.
Right.
But these that get set earlier in the day.
The 8 o'clock to 2:30.
Yeah, so these are $3 oil spreads, whereas the dailies,
versus
I think, are 5, right?
Yep.
So we're going to the $3 ones, so you have $300 per the entire pie, the spread.
Right.
And then we pulled up one that has $3 to the upside, right?
Yep.
And one that has $3 to the downside.
Yes.
We're buying the one to the upside.
Yep.
At about $65,
right.
which is the 65 cents.
Yep.
Our max profit on that's the other side of that pie, $2.35.
Yep.
And then same thing, we're selling the one that's short.
Sure.
And for basically, and it should be identical, considering that we're 1 penny away from the ceiling and the floor. So they each should have, unless there's some type of reason where the market would have like a directional bias of a large magnitude, but each one, because there's basically right now it's getting 0 intrinsic value.
Yep.
And it's all just premium.
Right.
So you're paying that, and you're right. I mean, it's lining up at 132, which is $1.32 away from where we're at. And keep in mind, right, that you not only need $1.32 of movement,
right,
but you're capped, assuming that you only get benefit from one of them, of $3 of movement. So it's not like, on a day like today, if you had some big news break the other way, you could get a $5 drop after a $3 rise or something like that.
Right.
And you don't have profit potential to pay that full. But the other side of that, right, is what if you get a news bump on the 1030 inventory,
right,
sell one side of it, and then allow the other side for news of the deal later in the day.
There's no doubt.
So you might, on a day like today, with action all the way until 2:30, you might be able to get value on both sides of that.
You might. Yeah. You might. I just don't want to do it.
No, I'm with you. I'm just walking through.
What happens, folks, we're walking you through it because this is how...
It's good to understand that way,
because this is how it was set up at 7:30 this morning too. Okay. Well, no, it had to be after 8 o'clock because it was after 8 o'clock.
And I would guess it would probably even a little bit more premium in there, just because we've now passed 2 hours. So if it...
There was, and it was more. It was more skewed. One was 68, and one was 84. Or something.
I mean, that would make sense because it probably wasn't right where. I mean, we're literally at. If you wanted to do this trade, the sweetest point possible, because when you're doing this trade, you don't want to pay for intrinsic value. I mean, all you're doing is paying for value in there that's not meaningless, but to get the risk rewards you're looking for, people, you just want to be paying a little bit of premium for a short time, and then all you can recoup from there.
And I guess what you really want to do too is that it has to do with where you're bullish or bearish, because on some of these, if it's too far into the money, then it's like, oh my God, if you go the other way, you have to go backward plus.
Right. So to put the example of what you're talking about, right now the pivot point I like to say is like 48.50.
Yes.
Right. Well, if let's say oil right now, instead of trading at 48.50, what if it was trading 50 cents higher?
Yeah.
At like 49.
Right.
Well, you could make this trade. The positive one would be much more expensive because you'd have the 50 cents of intrinsic value plus a decent amount of premium. The one to the downside would be much less expensive because you'd have just a slight amount of premium because you're 50 cents out of the money before anything.
Right.
So yeah, that would be the one where you could make that trade, but you'd want to have a positive directional bias of some degree.
Yes.
Because to get back your entire principal, you have to go 50 cents down, then maybe a full dollar before you break even. Versus to the upside, you already have 50 cents of value, so you only need like 50 cents positive.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, what's interesting is that I guess there's no way. Well, it depends on what time. I don't know what time that daily goes into effect, and that's what I got to find out in the future. Because realistically, maybe like last night when they come on, I should have looked at it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, that's what we'll learn, folks, is as to the aspect as to you want to do these prior to the moves, because as soon as I brought them up, is that the contract had already moved so much. You know what I'm saying?
I think these might have set prior to the movement at all last night.
I agree. No, I think like 6 o'clock. Yeah, and if it's 6 o'clock, that's when I should have been.
I'm pretty sure that these open at 6 o'clock Eastern time.
I should have been looking at it then.
Because
you know what I'm
can
saying?
almost tell that they scale from 40 to 50. You have a $10 one. You have a $5 one from 40 to 50. You have a $5 one from 45 to 50, and then you have a $5 one which straddles 45 on the dot. So I'm guessing that this was trading at $45 approximately when those got set.
Right.
Which would have been literally, 45.24 trading at 5 o'clock last night.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been a better trade. Yeah.
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 Getting $3.50 a movement in oil is quite a move.
And you could have got the $5 one on that.
You could have, definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. Okay, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about that.
Yeah.
Let's go look at that broad market. So the broad market, folks, it's taking a hit here. This NASDAQ is weak. Well, look at this NDX, down $34, man. NQZ, the good old NASDAQ has problems. And let's go see, oh man, look at that. You talk about fast and furious, folks. We just went from 48.83 to 48.40. Wow. Let's see what's moving this thing.
It's a 1% dive.
Yeah. So you got, that's Autodesk, I believe. Yeah, Autodesk is down 5.5%. You get Norwegian Cruise Lines down 2.5%. Charter Communications is off 2.2, and Liberty's off 2. Putting strength into it is CSX up 3%. Viacom's up 1.7. I guess it's got some little problems here. Let me see. So if we take up the Qs, yeah, you get some action here. You know. Let's go over and take a look at the good old small caps. So the small caps are coming in. Nothing heavy yet. They're not going south yet. The SPY just hit a high. Coming off that high slightly. Gold, let's go take a look at that gold contract. That's still down $12. We're at 1175. It's off the bottom. We'll see whether the volatility out here, folks, inside the, I suspect the dollar. See, the dollar hasn't got to the highs of yesterday yet either.
Yeah.
And we'll see whether it can handle it.
I was going to say, how about bonds, too? That's quite a move.
Yeah, TYZ, the 10-year has rejected lower price. We got to 124.31, and right now you're at 125.07. And what I really like about this actually is that it did right what the gold contract did yesterday.
Okay.
Now the 30-year broke. We'll get back and we'll talk about the 30-year. The 30-year did break this low of last week. Okay, that was 151.19. Now we're over it, but bottom line, it did break it. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back, and of course, we're going to have those oil numbers for you. Oil right now is up 336, Dow's up 51, S&Ps are up 1, Nasdaq's down 22.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 63, Nasdaq's down 19, and we get these numbers coming across for you.
And there's the top line number, 884,000 that crude oil inventories fell. And I believe even Bloomberg estimates just expected a small, like 135,000 barrel fall. So it's about 1 million barrels, 700,000 barrels shy. Gas inventories up, distillate inventories up. Fuel demand down a little bit. Gas demand
fell.
Yep.
Jet demand fell. Residual fuel
demand rose.
So this is pretty close to the API numbers yesterday, because it was 716,000 and the API that the crude inventory fell, and the rest of the distills were actually up. Not much action yet. Interesting, right?
Definitely not a $1.33.
No, exactly.
For sure. How about 12 cents of action? That's about it. I mean, 48.50. Remember, that's why. Whenever we're doing these trades, if people are doing them, you got to remember that point, that your ceiling and your floor.
Right.
So that's really the point that matters, because that's your max loss.
Right.
And that would not have been a good report. But guess what? You would have had all day. So we'll see where this shakes out. Because
that's right.
As Kevin was saying, even this news will matter. The fact that it's not that far from the estimates means it'll matter even less, right? And then really the market's probably, if you're a big trader, you're not going off that report. You're doing everything today based off the OPEC reports.
You are.
Yeah.
And what's intriguing here, folks, is this. If you're watching us on Tiger TV, what you're going to see is that you see that you actually have no movement. But if you actually look at a 0700 and 0800 on the chart, you can see that was heavy down movement, and it's having a hard time getting into it. Those two big red candles. I mean, so that's pretty intense.
Are you looking at?
I'm looking at the first one, yes.
This one?
So that was a big sell on the way down,
okay.
0700.
720 this morning.
Yeah, and then see the next two over there.
Here?
That's, yeah.
Okay, that's 920 this morning.
Okay, yeah. So you have two different areas that, we haven't seen this too much, but this has to do with OPEC. That's it. That's all. That's all she's gonna.
And just to back it up, that was slightly zoomed in to put things in perspective of where we were just last night.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, when we look at, if you want to see a number, when we just bring it up those top go, it looked like that they were saying that oil was up. Here, I'll put it on the other screen so we can keep looking at this one.
4%? Is that what you...
I think it said 7%, man, which is blowing my mind. Oh, but it's not up 7. Oh, no.
Where is it? Good.
They would just move it up a little. It is up 7.2%.
Yeah, I mean, that's $3.50 on the price of oil is a staggering one-day move for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. So they'll have numbers. I mean, this is pretty cool. We were watching even during the break. They had expectations across the board. They'll have plenty to talk about in crude oil today.
Yeah,
news for
no
sure.
doubt.
Yeah.
So we'll go back over to the broad market here and take a look at what we have happening inside the market. Bottom line is that there's not enough juice here. You know, the Dow's up 64, NASDAQ is still a weak dog here, down 20. S&Ps are up 2.5. If we do go inside the Dow, let's see what's happening. I know we got an all-time high, that's for sure. We hit 19,225. You know what's wild is that when you look at 19,225, it's like, okay, do you want to go hit 20,000?
Oh, for sure.
You know,
Definitely.
it's like, oh man, I'm telling you, man.
Oh, definitely.
Let's go take a look at the IBB. So the IBB, what is this? Okay, so the IBB, you're down 250, and this IBB, folks, there's a big gap, and that gap is like a magnet right now. It just wants to bring it right into it, like. And the bottom of the gap, so the bottom of the gap where it gapped up from is 265. The top of that is 276.07. And you can see that's what it's building cars to get into. And I suspect it's not only going to get into it, but it'll probably break it and come down and fill that whole area out. So some of the higher volume stocks in this market right now. Let's see. So you got, look at these oil stocks. So you got Whitten Petroleum up $1.30. Marathon's up $2.30. Otis Petroleum's up $2.30.
Transocean's up $1.10 for a 12.20 stock.
Exactly. So now let's look at the big dogs. ExxonMobil up $1.50. Now watch this though, which is getting intriguing, folks. Exxon's still having a hard time getting above its range, which is just amazing.
Sure.
Now Chevron's a different ballgame. Chevron has shown that has more strength in it. Yeah, and look at that. You know, but what you have with Chevron here, check it out. Chevron opened dramatically higher, $112. You're at $111.42, and we'll see whether it can basically hold those highs.
Sure.
You know, so we're in a nice trading market here. That's the bottom line. I mean, and it's all over the place too. Look at that, how that oil didn't move, huh?
Yeah. So in the grand scheme, I think the market's saying that would have had to be a shocking report to play into the supply and demand for today.
Right. And let's see. I mean,
it really is. I mean, it's almost like the calmest the market's actually been all day after that news.
Right.
So.
Right. And, you know, if we go back, let's just CL. And it looks like, folks, you know, we're past the point. Okay, so this is an update at 10:30. Let's see what they say. OPEC clinched a deal to curtail oil supply, confounding skeptics as the need to clear a global
crude glut.
A record global crude glut, improved the group's credibility, brought its first cut in 8 years. Crude rose 8.8%. OPEC will reduce production by 1.2 million barrels a day to 32.5 million a day, two delegates said Wednesday during a meeting in Vienna. Asked not to be identified. So this is still this is still not a.
The decision's not yet public.
Okay.
That's
right. Okay, let's see if we can find out when they're saying it's going to be public.
Hold on.
Okay.
What's this saying?
What we're doing, folks, we're just trying to get
So after weeks of often tense negotiations, the eventual alignment of OPEC's biggest producers points to the increasing dominance of Iran among the group's top ranks. It appears the Saudis accepted that Iran can raise output to about 3.9 million barrels a day, marking a victory for the Persian Gulf country, which has long sought special treatment from OPEC. Yes, so they're going to be able to ramp up, while Saudi Arabia wanted 3.707 million, so they got an extra 200,000 barrels a day, and they're ramping up
That's a lot.
So, yeah, likely a reduction of about 600,000 barrels a day by non-OPEC countries, pushed by, let's see.
Push that Brent, yeah.
Yeah. It's not yet known how deep Saudi Arabia will cut, and crucially, whether the kingdom will go below 10 million barrels a day.
They get 10 million barrels a day. Isn't that crazy? That is a number. 10 million barrels a day they can pump. What a big bathtub they have, man.
OPEC's own estimates show it needs to pump just 31.9 million barrels a day from January to June to balance supply and demand. So they're still above that, though, right? 31.9 was the number, and they're going to be at 32.5.
Right.
So they're still producing more than demand.
500,000 more a day.
Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now are up 75. NASDAQ is down 17. S&Ps are up 3. We're going to be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, you have the Dow Industrials up 69. We get the NASDAQ down 17. S&Ps are up 3.5. Bonds, you got the 10-year down 14 ticks, the 30 down 1 point and 25 ticks. That's making its way back. And, you know, as we talk about making its way back, you have we have a new Secretary of the Treasury that looks like it's going to be coming in. And this gets intriguing because he had a interview evidently this morning. Does that say CNBC? Where I think I read this somewhere.
I didn't read it.
Okay, so
Maybe if you scroll up, it said.
Okay. Okay,
yes,
so
CNBC.
CNBC. So the Treasury Secretary that may be coming in here. Well, it looks like it's going to come in here.
Yeah.
Bottom line, this is going to get interesting. So here's a quote: "Interest rates are going to stay relatively low for the next couple of years." Now, this, how do you pronounce his name?
Is it Muchin? We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, well,
it's the MN. Muchin?
Right.
Muchin?
Said Wednesday in an interview at CNBC, among other initiatives, we're going to look at potentially extending the maturity of the debt because eventually we're going to have higher interest rates, and that's something that this country is going to need to deal with. So this is called extend and pretend, Tom. So
explain that, sure.
So what an extend and pretend is, folks, is this: is that debt in general, okay, bottom line, has to be paid back. Well, the quickest way that, and of course we have a huge deficit, right? So with low interest rates, this has been going down, actually, okay? They thought that it was going to go exponential, but because the rates were so low. So what Europe has done, Europe has gone from a deal of doing 30-year, treasuries up to 50 and 100 years. Because if you can sell the product, guess what? You can sell the product.
Sure.
The next question asked if he would consider maturities as long as 50, 100 years. He says, we're going to take a look at everything.
Yeah.
So bottom line, folks, you can expect that, well, we'll see how this shakes out. But
yes.
Bottom line is that the 30-year treasuries just may go up to 50, 60, 70, 100-year treasuries. And we'll see what ends up happening actually inside the housing market if, in fact, they start pushing out longer notes also.
Yeah.
And that's where the extend and pretend comes in.
Yeah.
Because if you never have to pay back the principal, you see what I'm saying? It's like it's the next generation, it's the next generation.
Sure,
like,
right,
50 years from now, right, I'm going to be 110, 120 years old.
If we're all concerned with so much debt, why are we creating loans for ourselves that we're going to be in debt to for 50 or 100 years, right?
Because they're not going to be paid back.
I understand the logic in terms of, low interest rates, you push it out, but just think about it, in terms of the house. I wouldn't want a 50-year mortgage on my house.
No, it's slavery.
That's
the debt is slavery.
Zero principal in the beginning. It's all interest.
Debt is slavery.
You never reach the point if you're buying a house at 20, 30 years old. Congratulations. You own it when you're 80. That doesn't sound appealing. So.
And then you owe money and you have to get out of it because you don't have any more money.
Right. And you're never accruing that principal in terms of.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you do get that, folks, okay, now this is where it's going to get intriguing. If, in fact, that happens, fundamentally, that would weaken the dollar. It certainly shouldn't strengthen the dollar because the fundamental reasoning that any currency is strong is that you actually have money, not debt.
Sure.
Okay, and
there's value to it, like zero interest rate in terms of spending money on infrastructure and financing the debt to that.
There's
but
no
guess
doubt.
what? Don't push it off to people on the planet 100 years later, right? I mean, issue some debt, and the same generation that's benefiting from that infrastructure pays it off.
Right. So you can expect, and I think we're in the. If you haven't wrapped your head around, folks, currencies yet. Bonds yet, we talk about them a lot. You want to start wrapping your head around it because that is going to be really important. It's always important, but we're at an inflection point right now, because if the dollar, there's plenty of bulls out there. If the dollar's in an ABC up at 113, guess what? That's heavy. That's intense. If it's going back to 91, that's just as intense. And we're right at that point right now. So. My take on it is if you're going to Europe or you're going anywhere else, folks, I would go over to Everbank. Yeah, they're a supporter of ours, but their accounts are great. I mean, and the euro is trading at 106. So if you're thinking of going to Europe next summer, right? Throw 10 grand in there, put it in euros, and so then you can't. There's no losing trade there.
Yeah, you're just locking in that value. Your risk is an opportunity cost, right? If it continues to go in that direction, maybe you benefit more, but that's really your only opportunity cost.
Exactly.
And I'm just going to go real quick and click on their banner.
Right. Step into foreign currencies.
Because you don't have to fund it all at once, right? This is, what they've been talking about, the automatic purchase plan.
Yes.
You can fund it for as little as $100 a month. So maybe if you do want $2,500 in a year, you do $250 for 10 months or something like that.
What a great time for them to come out with
and
this,
in
man.
10 months,
Yep.
You have your account funded, and you can use different currencies, and that's a great deal. So check it out. Give them a call at 855-750-4051, or just visit everbank.com/TFNN, or click right on their banner. And I think we always like to have Chris Gaffney on. He's going to be coming on after that December meeting as well. Talk about rates going on.
Right. This is amazing, actually, because guess what, folks? Okay, just as I said, but it's amazing because you can get different currencies, so it really doesn't even matter where you go. If you want to get down to Mexico, if you want to go to South America, all these. You heard John Logan this morning talking in the Philippines. The peso there is 50 to 1. And when he was there the last time, it was 44. So that's a monster number.
Yeah. What's that, 10, 12% move?
Yeah. And you're talking about cash.
Right.
Cash. And in fact, he was also talking about this morning. This was great. Joey was talking about how much he loves the Apple products, okay? And, and John was saying he pays so much for these Apple products, it's unbelievable.
Talk about a premium, yeah.
So what happened is that when John got off the plane in the Philippines, he dropped his phone, broke his phone. So guess what? He had to go get a phone, folks, and he said he got a phone that's better than the phone he had, just like Android type of phone that I have, for $60.
Yeah, I bet.
$60.
Apple has a premium, that's for sure.
Oh,
I mean, even the big Android retailers like Samsung and stuff like that, their phones are very cheap compared with Apple.
Yes.
Still,
totally.
And then I'm sure you have, if you're in Asia especially, right? All these smaller electronics companies that are trying to undercut each other that are probably pretty close to the real thing in terms of keeping up.
He was saying, he knows computers upside down. He was saying that he was talking about the amount of gigs that are in it. He says this is a powerhouse. He says it's a pure powerhouse. He has for $60.
It's just no name, no brand.
Yeah.
That's what That's
right. Amazing.
Yeah.
877-927-6648. Let's go take a look. So Dow's up 70, NASDAQ is down 18, S&Ps are up 4.
And oil's literally right on the dot, 48.50.
Market's flattening out, 48.50. So see that? Okay. Well, we're in the second week of...
we'll see by 2:30 where it is.
No, I like it. I like it. Because what we're doing, folks, we're keeping track. Now I didn't trade that out there, but we're keeping track of the real trades. Doing these the multi-leg volatility trades, so to see how we shake out. Thus far, I think I'm down $100. Well, I lost the first one, but that's all right.
And that's realistically we started after
after I got wins.
After a few good gains.
I understand
so
that. Right. But that way we're going to be able.
Conservative point, exactly.
Yeah. I just between this and the gas one tomorrow.
I mean, this was a good one to take a pitch and not do it, because that would have been a big loss if it expires there. We'll see. But, risking $1.30, and you could lose it all there.
Yeah, totally. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow's up 69, NASDAQ's down 18, S&Ps are up 3.5. We're going to be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 61, NASDAQ down 18, S&P's up 3.5. And this is our last day in the November Healthy Holiday promotion, isn't it?
It is, because it's the last day of November. That's how it works.
Hard to believe, man.
It is, man. But yeah, so Nico and Paige, their daily nutrition, Primal Edge. I've taken it this month. I love it. We got a nice email I sent to you yesterday from one of the Tigers. That was jazzed
Just
up.
started in these.
They got it at the
good.
beginning of November as part of this, and he's already hooked. So yeah, you can save $25 off your first order, and normally it's $89, and so that brings it down to $64, and that includes shipping, which is almost $10 that we pay every time, because it's a big bottle of all this nutrients juices. You can read more about it in terms of how it's formulated, but it's a great deal, man. I like it in terms of staying healthy, top of the mind, start your day off with it right, and get a little jolt of some good medicine. Our man Al is giving us thumbs up. He loves it in the production room. He gets it every month as well. So check it out. Today's the last day, and I think even Nico's going to come in and chat it up with you today, 4:15. But people should order it right now, because we'll get it out today at any time, reasonable time. So give it a try, and today's the last day. So it's worth it. It's worth.
No doubt.
It's worth it, man. I like it. I do. We're going to get you on it.
I'm going to start today.
Good.
So that's what I told Nico.
Perfect.
I'm starting today.
You work out with Nico this morning?
I did.
Nice.
I did. Exactly. You know, so
Perfect.
it's bottom line.
Perfect.
Yeah.
November, man. You made it.
I
made it.
I made it. I made it, man.
You made it by a day. Perfect.
I like it too. And then, you know, the top of the mind is so important in the aspect of what we all do, I think. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, some people start their day off with a run, with a walk. You know, you start your day off with some juice and feel healthy.
Right. Because it makes a difference.
It does.
It makes a difference, and And I know, when I got that cold, man, I finally kicked those cigars, man, and I'm so psyched. And it doesn't. Yeah. And what happens, folks, is that it's like I've been hooked on these over the course of the last 30 years a few times, and it was so cool when in my own head I says, "That's it, man." And it doesn't. I was blaming that's why I wasn't getting better. I'm never sick for 10 days. You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen. And either way, I don't care because I'm psyched.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah,
totally. Man. That's all that matters. Exactly.
Yeah. Let's go to Mike in Dallas. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
How are you all doing today?
We're doing great, man. Yourself?
I'm doing great. Listen, wanted you to check my thinking. Over the last 2 weeks, I have been trading the binaries on Nadex.
Okay.
And what I've been doing, as an example...
we only have about 30 seconds here, Mike, so you're going to have to be quick here.
The 20-minute binaries, I've been buying way below the market, and then I've been selling way above the market. And I realized that there's only...
So deep in the money.
Yes. And it's worked tremendously.
Wow. Cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
and
I would
depending
just
on the
be
number-
aware of the swings you're going to have when you're risking 8 to make 2, or something like that, risking
Right.
that inevitably you're going to have, just by variance, a swing of 4 or 5 losses in a row. Which is tough when you're risking 80 to make 20 in terms of losing 400. I'm just telling you that sometimes, to be aware of, and I've written especially about this, to the streaks that can occur. And sometimes you just think, I only need to be able to, make sure I can risk that 80 to make 20. So that means I'm going to win 8 out of every 10 times. And unfortunately,
it's the only time in my trading career that I've really liked chop.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I would just keep your stops and make sure you realize that I would get a good 100 trades under your belt before you really get to see the types of swings that that can happen.
I agree. Okay.
Perfect.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Cool.
Thanks, Mike.
And hey, we'll talk more about that tomorrow morning.
No, it's a good. Yeah, you just gotta be, when you're risking 80 to make 20, you have to be aware.
Tomorrow morning, baby, right here.
Perfect.
Like it. Mike, have a great one. Have a safe one. Folks, you stay right there. Our man, Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next. Swim lessons. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Lots of volatility out here today, folks. Go get them.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.